Hi, I'm Michelle Danner, and I'm the next guest On Screen and Beyond.
On Screen and Beyond, an inside look into the entertainment world featuring interviews with people from the movie, TV, and music industry, news on upcoming TV and DVD releases, and the rumor mill. And now, here's the host of On Screen and Beyond, Brian Zemrak.
Welcome. This is episode 758 of On Screen and Beyond. Thank you for joining us. On Screen and Beyond is a show that brings you an interview with a guest from the movie, TV, or music industry each week, as well as keeping you updated on what's coming your way as far as upcoming new movies, remakes, sequels, prequels, as well as what is heading your way on DVD, Blu-ray, streaming, the whole works. I'm your host, Brian Zemrak, and this week, director Michelle Danner is going to be stopping by to talk about her latest film, Under the Stars, which stars Alex Pettyfer, who is a past guest here at On Screen and Beyond, along with Toni, Collette, and also Andy Garcia. And director Michelle Danner is coming up in a few minutes right here on Screen and Beyond. And I want to thank you for your comments and emails on last week's show, which had guest Ron Dante, who was the singer for the Archies in the hit Sugar Sugar, as well as the Cufflinks song Tracy. And he was a record producer for Barry Manilow, all sorts of stuff he's done. Great guy. And Ron was a lot of fun having him on the show. Be sure to check that one out, okay? But, if you can watch it on YouTube or also on Spotify. If you just want to listen to it, you can catch it on Apple Podcasts on your Alexa. Just say, hey, Alexa, play On Screen and Beyond podcast. And also on Podbeam or wherever you get your podcasts. We're all over the place. If you wish to contact me for a suggestion for a guest or whatever, you can do so by emailing me at feedback@onscreenandbeyond.com. And of course, I also want to let you know, please follow me on Screen and Beyond on Instagram and Facebook, and be sure to share our posts when we post it, and get that new episode out there, and get your friends to be able to listen to it too. And if they look back on our catalog of all the things we've had, over 750, they're going to find somebody who they'd like to hear talk about their career and everything, right from the person. That's right. Not from me or anybody else, right from the person themselves. And like I said, follow us on Instagram or Facebook, wherever, and we will have a lot of interesting news coming your way in just a moment. But right now it's time for remakes, sequels, and prequels next, right here on Screen and Beyond.
Please hang up and try again.
Remake, sequels, and prequels. A remake of 1974's Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, which starred Clint Eastwood back in the original. It's in the works right now. Ryan Reynolds is looking to produce and star in the movie. And a remake of 1964's French film That Man from Rio is in the works, with Justin Lin directing and Sydney Sweeney starring in the film. Peter Sarsgaard and Rob Delaney have joined the cast of Amazon MGM Studios' Roadhouse 2, which stars Jake Gyllenhaal. And that one, like I told you, a week or so ago, they're having, rival versions of that. So we'll see what happens. And also, get ready for this, Miss Piggy movie might be coming our way from Jennifer Lawrence producing it. It'll be the first solo Muppet movie featuring the character of Miss Piggy. Okay, solely about Miss Piggy. And it's always about Miss Piggy. So what can we say? And that's it for remakes, sequels, and prequels. Coming up next on Screen and Beyond, upcoming new movies. Upcoming new movies, Nicole Kidman has joined the cast of The Young People. This is a horror thriller film which also includes Heather Graham and Johnny Knoxville in the cast. Dakota Johnson, she's going to be starring in a sci-fi action film about an android maid who wakes up in a landfill 2,000 miles from home, and she must set out on the long journey to get back home. And you can look for Antonio Banderas in a shark thriller called Above and Below. And that's it for upcoming new movies. Get ready for movies and TV on DVD and streaming. Movies and TV on DVD and streaming. Remember all the airport movies back in the 70s? Well, Airport the Complete Collection 4K, with the films from 1970 to 1979, comes to 4K and Blu-ray on November 18th. And 1994's Pulp Fiction with John Travolta will be getting the 4K Steelbook treatment on November 18th. And also on November 18th, look for Yellowstone, the complete series on Blu-ray. November 25th, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in Eyes Wide Shut will be landing on 4K. And The Conjuring Last Rites crawls on to 4K Steelbook and Blu-ray on November 25th. And that's it for movies and TV on DVD and streaming. It's time for TV and entertainment time. TV and entertainment time. It looks like Jimmy Olsen will be having his own spin-off TV series from Superman over at HBO Max. The show will be called DC Crime. Netflix's Avatar, The Last Airbender, has finished filming on its third and final season. And sadly, Sally Kirkland, who was nominated for an Oscar for her role in Anna, has passed away at the age of 84. Now, Sally was a past guest here on Screen and Beyond. I had the opportunity to, meet her, and actually we were in a film festival for several days. So, be sure to check that one out. She was a great person, and she's going to be talking. She talks about her life and her films and everything, and that's on episode number 8 of On Screen and Beyond. And like I said, Sally Kirkland has passed at the age of 84. And that's it for TV and entertainment time. Up next, we sit down with Michelle Danner, director of Under the Stars, out now on Prime Video. Michelle Danner next, right here on Screen and Beyond. Today on Screen and Beyond, our guest is the founder of the Creative Center for the Arts and the Los Angeles Acting Conservatory. She is also a successful film director, and her films include The Italians, which you can currently see on Prime Video. And she last joined us here on Screen and Beyond on August of 2023 to talk about her film Miranda's Victim, which is an excellent film and starred Abigail Breslin and Luke Wilson. And her latest film, Under the Stars, is a romantic comedy. It was filmed in Italy and stars Toni, Collette, and Andy Garcia. It's Michelle Danner. Michelle, welcome to On Screen and Beyond once again.
Hi, thank you so much for having me again.
Now, Michelle, it's like I said in the introduction, Miranda's Victim was an excellent film. I really enjoyed that one, and I haven't seen all the films you've done, but this one here is an interesting film. I haven't, I got to say, because of the time limit we had getting on here, I have not finished the film, but I have to finish Under the Stars because I'm about halfway through.
Well, you have to know if they end up together or not.
Yes.
$1 million question.
Yeah. So let's start off with Under the Stars. How did this come about? I know making a film is just something that takes a long time to do. So where did this one begin?
Well, I got a call offering me, the call went like this. How would you like to go shoot a movie in Italy? So they had me at Italy. And then more specifically, it was Puglia, Italy, which is a beautiful part in the south of Italy. And my whole entire childhood, because I grew up in Europe, I always heard people go, "Oh, Puglia is so beautiful. Puglia is so beautiful." And I had never been. So when I got, "Oh, how would you like to do a movie in Puglia?" I was like, "Yeah." So there it went. It all happened fairly quickly because I got the call in November and we ended up shooting, I think it was April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Went really quick.
Like you say, how many people would say, "Nah, I don't want to go to Italy"?
Well, nobody. I think nobody would say that.
Right. Yeah. And Now, you say, how long did you say it took to film the actual film in Italy?
It was 4 weeks. We prepped for 4 weeks. We shot for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It was joyful because we were in Italy. And so I found out all about La Masseria, which is the farms in Puglia and in the surroundings of, it's the south and the incredible farms with all these animals, and they make olive oil and they make all kinds of, bread. And it was, um, it was a fascinating thing to be there. I stayed in a villa. I went shopping at the supermarket and cooked some food, and the food tasted so good. It was so good. The oil, the bread, the mozzarella, the whole thing. Um, it was a joy to do this movie. I really loved what it was about thematically, which is about falling in love. Um, I was inspired by a movie called Before Sunrise with Julie Delphi and Ewan McGregor, where you saw the couple falling in love in Paris. And I thought, oh, this is a great blueprint. This is a great inspiration for what I'm about to do. And then fast forward the clock a few months ago, I'm at a school trip with my son, like a camping trip, and there's a big fire and it's late at night. And I hear a woman with a French accent speak, and I turn around and it's Julie Delphi. And I told her, "Oh my God, you have no idea. I did this movie Under the Stars, and your movie was the inspiration
Hmm.
for for this movie." So I had a great time doing it. It was definitely a wonderful experience. And then I called, Andy Garcia, who had worked on a Miranda's Victim, and he read the script and he goes, "I love Giacomo and I'll play him." And then I had Alex Pettyfer, who, plays the romantic lead, and he was wonderful. And Eva Di Domenici, equally as wonderful, both of them. So it's the young couple versus, an older couple falling in love. And then there was Toni Collette that joined our cast, who's, as we all know, extraordinary. And there we go. And there were a lot of Italian actors that were part of it. Vincent Riota and Rob Estes was in it. Like I had a great supporting cast, Jessica Sephardi. Um, it was great. It was a great experience.
Now, did you have a lot of input on who was going to be in the film? Like you say, Andy Garcia was in it, and you've worked with him before. Now, did they have the cast in place when they
No,
brought
no,
you on?
no, no. I cast the movie with my casting director, Nancy Bishop, who's also extraordinary. She cast, and so from scratch, we cast from scratch.
Hmm. Is that the normal way it's done? That the director is brought in, and then the director has a say on who's coming in as far as the stars.
Well, I wasn't brought in after the whole train was moving. I was brought in at the beginning of the process.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, I did a shooting script, and the story of Toni Collette and Andy Garcia wasn't in the script. We added it.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, no, I was able to cast the movie, which was great.
Yeah. Now, several of your films, I noticed that you have a lot of people you've worked with in the past in your films, like Andy Garcia, and I know you've worked with Dan Lauria in
Several
quite a
times.
few, several times. I've
Paul
had Dan on the
Sorvino,
show. He's
when
been
he
a
was
guest.
alive. Paul Sorvino, I don't know if he was ever on your show.
No, no.
Um, and Rob Estes, I've worked with him on a lot of movies and plays. Yes, I do like to work. I believe in a theater company on film. So I do like to work with the same actors and, of course, new actors, a mix of both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it would be nice that you know how those people work. Some of them, that are in the cast, and it gives you a sense of security that, okay, I can let them do what they do, and then we can concentrate on the developing the newer actors.
Absolutely. There's a shorthand that you develop. For instance, Saturday night, I wrapped a movie that I was shooting here in Los Angeles called Starstruck, a romantic comedy. I don't know, I'm on the path of romantic comedies. And the lead was Matthew Daddario. Now, Matthew Daddario was in the movie The Italians that I shot right before I shot Under the Stars. So, and Rob Estes was in it too. So I do love to work with the same people. You have you can communicate in an easy way.
Makes it a lot easier, I would think, that
Yeah.
you come like that. And now, as far as working with new actors, I know that you're an acting coach. Do you find yourself wearing several hats when that's coming about? You know, you're trying to direct, but are you also trying to turn around and try to guide the new actors through the film?
Yeah, I mean, I think that casting is everything. And I try to get it right. If you cast the right actor, then, everything falls into place. Um, Sometimes, but very seldomly. It doesn't happen too much to me. I'll cast someone that will turn out to be a little difficult. But I don't. I usually have a good language where I can talk to an actor that's unsure about a moment or how to play it or wants to try something different. I'm known, I guess, as an actor's director. So I encourage people, I want to create a safe environment for them so they can take risks and try things.
And I can hear you've got a little friend around you, your dog, I presume.
Yes, he's very vocal. As a matter of fact, I put him in this last movie that I did, Starstruck, and it was great because he raised his ears at the right moment. He turned his head at the right moment. I can't be too mad at him today. He came through for me for I think he had 3 shooting days or something.
Hmm. Now, is that difficult? You know, you're trying to direct, and you've got this dog that's maybe not listening to what everything you say you want them to do. So they always say, "Don't." What is it? What's the old saying? Don't
Or don't act
direct
with animals and children
children.
because they will
Yes.
overstage you. Well, no, mostly he's a 7-year-old little Australian Shepherd. He's mini Australian Shepherd.
Hmm. Yeah.
Travels with me all over the world. And one of the things I'm always concerned about, but the character needed to have a dog, and he was the perfect, you know, casting for that.
Hmm.
Lauren Tom played his mom in the movie, so she held him and she bonded with him, and he was super sweet. I'm always worried though of wear and tear, that you wear and tear your dog because they have such a shorter lifespan,
Hmm.
and they mean everything to you.
Oh yes, that's for sure.
I
We
did once a movie with dogs and kids called The Bandit Hound. Lots of dogs and lots of kids, and Catherine Bell was in it. And Catherine Bell just came, last week to do a cameo in this movie Starstruck that I did. So to answer your question, yes, I love working with the same actors and new ones, of
Mhm.
course.
Hi, this is Dan Lauria, and this is On Screen and Beyond.
Can you give us a little synopsis of what the film is about? A lot of the people, of course, they haven't seen it yet. So, and I'll let you give away anything that you want to give away.
Under the Stars is about a writer that finds himself in a relationship that is, has a dead end. And he is stuck in his writing because it goes hand in hand sometimes, those inspirations. As his aunt, played by Toni Collette, points out to him, you're stuck in your love life, it resonates in your work life. And so he takes a trip, unstick himself. And of course, with the beauty, and of course, he meets a girl, no surprise there, played by Eva Di Domenici. And they start to really connect on a deep level. His aunt comes looking for him, and she meets the father of Eva Di Domenici, played by Andy Garcia. And so we have dual love, relationships starting, and people fall in love, and that's something beautiful, and nothing more beautiful than to fall in love under the setting of Puglia.
Mhm. Yep. And don't go any further because that's right where I am in the film. So after we get off here, I'm gonna finish the film.
All right, great.
But now you've done a lot of other films actually. Now is Italy the most exotic place that you've done a film?
No, I think Istanbul was. I went to shoot something in
Wow.
Istanbul. That was quite, beautiful. But I mean, I loved Italy. I'd love to go back and shoot something else in Italy. I was talking to somebody yesterday about going to shoot something in Paris. Um, I think I'm not sure this next movie that I'm going to do next year. I'm not exactly sure where we're going to shoot it. But when you're a filmmaker, you embrace locations. Everything is a location, and so you want to shoot all over the world. I was just shooting in an office building now that was incredible in San Pedro with the most beautiful views. And it had a helicopter pad, and the roof we shot a helicopter scene. Um, like I said, as a filmmaker movie, so you're always looking for these great locations.
You have a lot of love for films because everything that you do acting, teach acting and everything else, and you've done some acting too, and directing and everything. Is that what you've always wanted to do?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Um, I think as a child, I was always drawn to theater, to movies, to literature, to museums. I was always very artistic, and I was always fascinated by storytelling. And so to be able to have the opportunity to keep telling stories of different genres, but at the end of the day, they all have something in common. They're about humanity. And so that's what really interests me. I and I love actors. I love the collaboration with the actors. I love every stage of it. I like preparing for it. I like executing it. I like the post of it, and I enjoy what we're doing now, talking about it. Because of course, you want to play to the biggest, classroom ever. And so you want to reach people. And these days with content being what it is, you have to really let people know that you exist.
I noticed in the film, I mean, you're in Italy, so obviously the scenery is incredible. But you did some shots that you did were, I don't know if they were drones or if you were in a plane or how those shots were taken. But when you did over the olive fields, I presume that's what they were. Did you do those with a drone nowadays?
We did a lot of drones. Our first AC was wonderful, and he had drones, and we did a lot of drones, and I was able to be there and supervise a lot of them. Um, and so, yeah, that it opens up the movie. It gives it, a grandeur that
Yeah.
I think is needed, that in turn immerses you into the tighter shot and the storytelling.
And nowadays, I presume it's a lot cheaper now to do it that way with a drone than was with a plane, I presume.
Right. Well, I mean, still people go in the helicopter, but the drones are extraordinary. I just finished doing drones for this other movie I just finished, and it it's just beautiful. It opens it up completely.
Yeah. Now, the last time you were on the show, uh, you had told me about a film, and I know that making a film is up in the air until you actually get everything going. But is it Helios? Is that the name of it?
That's the next movie, yeah, on the runway.
Is
You know,
that
as a filmmaker, you have several, different movies on the runway. And Starstruck, the one I just finished, has had been on the runway for at least 5 years.
yeah.
And it finally got the fuel to take off. And that was not easy. But Helios, I think, has we have a great cast. I can't say who it is, but we have a great cast attached, and we are going to have authentic, space stations that are attached, such as, Blue Origin and Space Kids and NASA. So we have some. It's going to make it very authentic, and we're working on it as we speak. As a matter of fact, the American film market starts tomorrow. We have a lot of meetings, so. I'm lucky. I said this to my sons, one of them a filmmaker. I said, we're either going to be, preparing for something, or finishing something, or promoting it, or
Mhm.
taking meetings. We're always going to be on one of the stages
Yeah.
of making it happen.
I wrote and directed in an animated film, but it took us 20 years to get it. So I know that's why I said I know when they have listings of movies that you have going on or possibly coming up. I know it takes a long time, and
Takes
can
time.
Yeah,
Takes
that's for
time.
sure.
Yeah, and then when you're on set, then it's like you gotta shoot fast, fast. You can't lose a minute, you know?
Right.
You gotta
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
The adrenaline of that. As a matter of fact, like I said, we wrapped on Saturday night, and Saturday night and Sunday night, I woke up in the middle of the night several times, going, "Okay, put the camera there. We need a close up on here. The actor there." And I'm thinking, "No, no, you wrapped. The movie's done. There's no more scenes to shoot. You're done." But it follows you, you know.
hmm Now, do you find that when you've made a movie, that when you watch the final cut, is there times when you say, I wish I had done this or changed that or done, shot it a different way or had them say a different line or anything like that?
Well, maybe in Under the Stars because I didn't have completely control over the post-production. The post was in Italy. But in my other movies, in Miranda's Victim and The Italians, I did not feel that because I gave it my all and I gave it a due process for the post-production. And I explored the Rubik's Cube, every possible choice that I could have made. And once I settled on what the choice was, it was the right choice for the script. So I didn't feel that. As a matter of fact, with Miranda's Victim, the opening night movie at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival
hmm
and at the Arlington Theater, Historical Theater, there were over 2,000 people that were there, and it was a great premiere. And I remember watching it with all these people around me and thinking, there's nothing that I would have done differently.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way for the Italians. Yeah.
hmm Now, when you're going to see a film like that you've done at the premiere, I know different people do it different ways, but do you like to be within the crowd, in the center, or up front, out back, watching the reaction? How do you work that?
It's a good question. So there's two places I like to be. Sometimes in the middle of it, because I like to be immersed in the middle. And sometimes I want to be at the very, in the back. So I think that with the Italians, because it was a comedy, I liked sitting in the back so I could feel the audience response and people laughing. With Miranda's Victim, I liked what I was like in the middle of it.
I would think that, you want to see, okay, did they get this joke? If it's a comedy, did they get, are they laughing when you're supposed to, you were hoping they were and things like that. So it's always
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, no, it's very rewarding when people laugh at the right moment and
Yeah.
also people laugh at moments that you didn't think they were going to laugh.
This is Stephen Tobolowsky, and I am on Screen and Beyond.
I'm sure you have other things in the works. Is there anything you can tell us about that, future projects
Well,
that you can?
Helios is in the works. Yes, I am developing other movies, absolutely. Party Crasher and several movies, several projects, but it's very consuming. And of course, now I'm going to start post-production. I'm going to start editing Starstruck. Everything is, you have to give it your 150%. So everything is very time consuming. That's why, when you're an actor, you can do, three, four movies a year. When you're a director, it takes a couple of years to do one of them. Um, yeah, we were actually talking about that yesterday. It looks like in the last 6 years, since 2019, I've actually made five movies, which is pretty unbelievable to me because normally it's 2 years for a movie, not 1 year. But I did The Runner, and after that I did Miranda's Victim, and after that I did The Italians, and after that I did Under the Stars, and then I just finished one now, Starstruck.
Wow.
So five movies in 6 years that means I've been working a lot. That means I need a vacation. That's what it means.
You were in Italy.
Yeah,
Did you
celebrate.
stay after a little bit to enjoy
No, because my son was graduating from USC.
Oh, okay.
I had a heart out. He went to the School of Dramatic Arts and film school, and he graduated, and no wild horses would have, not made me be there. So I told production, we're going to shoot it on this day, and I'm gone on that day, and that's that.
Yeah.
So I went back right away. But while I was there, which was almost for 2 months, on the weekends, we went exploring, we went to the beach, we went swimming, we did a lot of things.
Yeah. Geographically, where are you down on the bottom of the boot or up higher up toward the top or where is it located that you were filming?
Puglia, where it was the city of Lecce. Lecce. There were other cities that are escaping me right now, but Lecce was a big city where we shot the movie in.
But is that toward the bottom, like the bottom of the boot or anything?
I'm very bad with geography. I don't know. I'd have to
Okay.
look at the map. I don't want to say,
Yeah.
no, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, well, believe me, you've got me because I have no idea where it is.
Right.
But yeah, but I'm sure it was an incredible place to do a film. And
Incredible. It was
yeah,
incredible. It
yeah,
really was. I mean, it was a great experience.
yeah. How are the people? Are the people friendly?
Oh, so friendly. I mean, people knew me at the supermarket. As a matter of fact, I took their numbers down, and some of them came and were, featured actors on set. Uh, Everybody was really friendly and really nice, and the crew was wonderful. And I don't know if you know this, but when you shoot a movie in Europe, not everywhere in Europe, but in Italy, the work hour are 10 hours. Here in are we going to be able to shoot all those pages in 10 hours? I mean, it's so much less time. Those 2 hours are important, but it worked out.
Hmm.
Everybody, all the crew was very efficient, and on Saturdays they shoot 7 hours. On Sunday we did not shoot. It was, yeah, everybody. I have nothing to say but wonderful things about everybody. I
Yeah.
would go back in a heartbeat.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Michelle, I want to finish up with one final question here, but I want to congratulate you on your new film, and people can see it on Prime Video, right? Under the Stars.
Yeah.
Con-
Yes.
Congratulations on finishing your latest film. Even though this is your latest film, but you got so many things in the irons in the, the fire here. But congratulations on finishing that one up, and good luck in the future with all the other ones that you'll be having.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And
Well,
let me know what you think after you watch the second half of Under the Stars.
yes, yeah. But final question is: when you sit back and relax, what do you enjoy to watch on TV or on movies, whichever? What's your favorite TV shows now and of the past, and what's your favorite movies now and of the past? What do you
Well,
enjoy?
recently I have watched The Gilded Age, which I have loved.
Hmm.
That was a wonderful TV show. Um, I watch a lot of content. I have lots and lots and lots. I go to the movies. You have to I have two kids. Everybody has a different dance card, and I'm enlisted in all the dance cards. So with my sister, I watch something else. With my two sons, I watch different things. We go to the movie theater all the time. I go to the theater all the time. Um, there's some things that I haven't seen, and I have a list. I keep a list. But obviously, I try and watch, and tonight I'm going to watch the new Catherine Bigelow movie, which I'm excited about. Um, yeah, I mean, older movies. I mean, I watch, I love all the Hitchcock movies. Nancy Meyers is a huge inspiration for romantic comedy.
Hmm.
I love Steven Spielberg's movies and Scorsese and Soderbergh and Mike Lee's movies. And then I like international movies, Fellini and Bertolucci. And so I'm an avid watcher, whether it's TV shows or whether it's movies. So I
Yeah,
watch everything as much as I can.
yeah. Is there any movie that when you're changing the channel, that if you see it's on, you have to watch it?
I love When Harry Met Sally.
Ah, good film. Good film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that always gets me.
Yeah. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us, and congratulations on your film. And we'll have you again, I'm sure, at some other point.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview with director Michelle Danner, and you can check out her films on Prime Video, including her latest, Under the Stars, with Alex Pettyfer, who has been a guest here at On Screen and Beyond. Be sure to check that out. And also, it stars Toni, Collette, and Andy Garcia also. And I hope you'll be checking out all of our past interviews with our amazing guests, and you'll continue to join me on future episodes of On Screen and Beyond. So be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, and be sure to tell a friend. Appreciate that. And that's it. That's a wrap for this episode of On Screen and Beyond. So until next time, when we once again take you on screen and beyond, I'm Brian Zemrak. Take care.